So I want to talk about Fox News for a little bit. And I use the word news very loosely. It's not a news channel. It is a propaganda outlet. It's an entertainment channel that is at best news adjacent. It's the Fox propaganda channel is what it is. And I despise Fox News. I like to think of a word a stronger word than despise to express my contempt for the Fox propaganda channel. Because I just, for the damage it has done to this country, it sickens me. It just makes me so damn angry. And not just for the damage it has done to this country, but the damage it has done to personal relationships. And that's really what I want to talk about here. I printed out a comment that a viewer left on one of my videos, and it's been almost a month since they've left this comment. I printed it out a month ago. I'm constantly printing out things, stories, sometimes viewer comments. I never get to all of it, but this one I've been meaning to get to for a while. I hope this person doesn't mind my sharing this comment. It's from someone who goes by the handle Hafunland 894, HAFUN land 894. So pretty anonymous. And so I hope this guy doesn't mind. But I want to read this comment to you and then discuss a little bit, because this story this person explains in his own personal experience how many countless stories are similar to this. Here's what he wrote. My poor dad, rest in peace, had 4 years of cancer and used to be such a physically active man. Hunter, fisherman, mechanic, chemist, built his own house with his 2 hands, and all of a sudden stuck in his living room, and became absolutely addicted to Fox News. I would visit him as the good son, driving 1 hour to see him with my wife every Sunday for 4 years. Meanwhile, he was hard of hearing and was blasting Fox News every visit. It was hell to see him getting chemo poisoned from that and his mind poisoned by Fox News, turning him into a hateful, very angry person. It got so bad, my sister called me and said Dad died, and I didn't even cry. And I said, I'm sorry to say I am relieved he isn't in pain anymore, but also that I don't have to hear him anymore. On a lighter note, once out of desperation, I asked him to turn off the volume, and we all watched all the beautiful women they dangle to hypnotize their male audience. I noticed under the one anchor's miniskirt, she had underpanties with hearts on it. And we rewound to make sure I wasn't seeing things. I said, Dad, just watch it for the babes. No need for any sound. It didn't work. He was already in his 80s by then. Fox News ruined my dad's last 4 years and my former tight relationship with him. This kind of story is all too common. And there's probably a lot who are listening to me right now who can identify with it. Either, maybe you have someone in your own family who is like this. And I find that with these Fox News people, they are addicted to it. They watch this stuff just hour after hour after hour, just sitting on the sofa, on the recliner, they don't even need the remote. They never change the channel. It's just hour after hour after hour of Fox News. And if you watch Fox News, and I'm sure most of these people, it's the late, it's the nighttime lineup at Fox News that they're most addicted to, because at least during the day they try to present news. Not in the morning. Morning you got Fox and Friends, and that's full-on Trump propaganda. But then after Fox and Friends, I think, in the early afternoon hours, they at least try to do a little bit more news so that they can, try to pretend, hey, we covered that story. We do real news. Yeah, you do it at 1 p.m. when no one's watching. It's really the morning crap and then the evening crap. That's the worst. And I think that's what people are most addicted to. And when you watch it, it's hour after hour after hour of the exact same crap, repeated over and over and over again, whether it's, The Five or what are their shows now? Jesse Waters, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham, all of these people. It's hour after hour after hour of the exact same thing. It is truly propaganda. That is what it is. It's what Donald Trump does. And it's very effective for the people who sit there and watch it hour after hour, day in, day out. It is very effective, just like Trump's messaging is very effective with these Trump cultists, just like Joseph Goebbels in Germany, Nazi Germany, knew how effective all this is. Just repeat it over and over and over. I mean, this has been a well-known propaganda tactic for, forever. Whatever you want people to believe, just repeat it over and over again. And a lie repeated often enough becomes the truth. And that's how Trump operates. That's how Fox News operates. And that's one, if Democrats are going to learn anything about messaging, there are lessons to be learned from Donald Trump and right-wing media. Now, I'm not saying lie to these people. You don't need to lie. But you need to message. You need to understand the psychological aspects of repetition. It's the only thing that gets through. People have to hear something over and over and over to understand it, to internalize it, to believe it, and to think it's true. Now, with Trump and his cult, they push lies 24/7, and the lies become true for these people. I'm not saying to lie to the American people. We shouldn't. And there doesn't need to be lies. We just need to expose the truth, but it needs to be repeated over and over again. And don't flood the zone with too many different messages. Pick the 1 or 2 most important messages and repeat those over and over and over. I mean, for Donald Trump in the campaign, what was his message? The economy sucked. I'll save the economy. I'll bring your grocery prices down and the gas prices down and all that stuff. So Joe Biden and the Democrats have killed the economy. I will save the economy. And I will save the country from the scourge of illegal immigration. That's about it. Repeated over and over and over and over again. For us going forward, we need to push the economic message. That's one of the things we need to be pushing. And Donald Trump is going to give ample material for us, because if he does what he says he's going to do, he is going to cause so much economic damage. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that tangent. I'll wrap it up here. Going back to the Fox propaganda channel and this guy's comment. So he took this Fox News, this man, this strong, active, vigorous, obviously smart man, chemist, built his own house. This impressive man struck down with, cancer, right? Cancer. And finds himself, in front of the TV hour after hour and watches Fox News. And it is a poison, as this guy talks about. It poisons the mind. And you wonder, how can... obviously this guy's a smart man. There's a lot of smart people out there. So, I talk about these Trump cultists being so breathtakingly stupid, and most of them are, but not all of them. You know that there are people who are otherwise smart people believe in the bullshit. How can that be? It's because, it's a couple of things. It's the repetition. It's the psychological effects of propaganda, coupled with these people want to believe it. You can't, excise that portion from it. They want to believe it. That is central. And it's what makes the propaganda of Fox News and Donald Trump so effective. So these people are always already on that team. right? They're already caught up in the tribal nature of politics. You know, the Republicans, that's why they're watching Fox News. And so they want to believe all these things. And then what they want to believe is repeated over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so they believe it. And it poisons the mind. It makes otherwise smart people believe really stupid things and to repeat them. Like, they will argue these stupid things to the death as if they were facts. I mean, they will go to the mattresses arguing some bullshit lie that they heard on Fox News. They believe it. They absolutely believe it, even though it makes no sense. Because they want to believe it. And they've been brainwashed, essentially. And so that this whole right-wing propaganda operation, from Donald Trump to Fox News to Newsmax to all the podcasts and all of it, they're all pushing the same message, by the way. I mean, it doesn't matter if you go to Donald Trump on Truth Social or Fox News or Newsmax or the podcast or whatever, the right-wing TikToks, if TikTok's even going to be around anymore, or whatever. Doesn't matter where you go, they're all pushing the exact same thing, and they're reinforcing each other. So if they hear Donald Trump say it, you know, and then they hear Fox News back up what Donald Trump says, well, it must be true because Fox News is backing him up. And guess what? They're saying the same thing on Newsmax. And guess what? That podcaster that I really like is saying the same thing. So they're all reinforcing the lie. So everybody on their side that they listen to are all saying the exact same lie. Well, they can't all be lying to me, so it's got to be true. And so that propaganda has absolutely destroyed our politics, and is one of the reasons we are where we are. But it has destroyed relationships. I mean, look at this guy. It got so bad, my sister called me and said Dad died, and I didn't even cry. And I said, I'm sorry to say that I'm sorry to say that I'm relieved he isn't in pain anymore, but also that I don't have to hear him anymore. This guy who once had a tight relationship, as he described it, with his father, it got so bad because of Fox News. He didn't cry when he heard about his father's passing, and one of the first things he thought was, I'm glad I don't have to hear him anymore. When you have a family member who has had their mind poisoned by Fox News, or not just a family member. I think it's particularly hard when it's a family member, but really it's by anyone that you're close to, a friend or whatever. To have their mind be poisoned by Fox News, they become a different person. They're not the same person. You don't look at them the same anymore. I mean, what is a person anyway? But their thoughts and their beliefs and the things they say and the things they do and who they present themselves as. I mean, that's what makes you you, isn't it? At least in part. And when Fox News poisons a person's mind, they change who that person is. That person doesn't think the same anymore. That person doesn't say the same things anymore. That person's values have completely changed. Right? Think of all the people who are good, who at least were good and decent people, who then have become poisoned by Donald Trump and Fox News. Now look at what they've become. They defend rape. They defend criminality. They defend insurrection. They defend all of this, all of the worst aspects of human being. Donald Trump is all of that. They defend all of that. How can someone who you had respect for somebody, you thought they were something, then their mind gets poisoned with Fox News, and now they're this? Now they defend this? And you can't defend that and be immersed in that 24/7 and believe all of that and not have hatred and prejudice just overtake you to some degree. You know, and they might be nice people when you run into them at the grocery store or as a neighbor or whatever, but they're not the same anymore. And when you see that in a friend or a family member, they're not the same person. And that person you used to respect and love, it becomes harder and harder. The respect goes a lot quicker. The love lingers. But even then, it becomes, how do I maintain my love for this person when I have no more respect for them? And I see this person as becoming a hateful, bigoted, horrible person. It's just, this is Fox News. This is what Fox News has done. It's not just Fox News, obviously, the Fox propaganda channel. It's not just them. It's all of them. All to defend one guy. Now, Fox, some of these places were pushing lies and propaganda to begin with, but not like it is now with Donald Trump. And it's just so disgusting and sickening. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.